Yo guys, we are back with another video today in Texas, COTA. I think this is round 7 of the F1 Sim Racing Championship. I think so, actually, 6. Yeah, this is round 7, the last round of the event 2. Wait, actually, why can't I hear anything? Oh, okay, I can. Yeah, so here in Q1, again, well, once again, as every other qualifying session so far, wets, it's inters. It's going to be a one-shot quali once again, as I mentioned last video. If you haven't checked it out, please go check it out. All the previous races as well. Yeah, I feel it. We all feel like it's a bit scripted. There is no chance that it's just a one-shot quali inters every single quali session. But nonetheless, we, as always, feel good in the wet, feel comfortable. So we are ready to do our job. As you can see here, at the end of Q1, sure, we all put our bankers in, but the lap got so much quicker, or the track got so much quicker. Look at the chaos, look at the minimap. All to have the best track possible, and it's just so chaotic. And I think I really nailed this situation, as you will see here. I got myself into a perfect position. Not enough dirty air, but still have a good slipstream during my lap. As you can see here, I perfectly find my gap here. And I see the two Red Bulls here starting together, not really sure why. DRS enabled as well, so I have perfect gap to have slipstream, but not close enough for the dirty air. So all I know I have to do now is just follow them and let the dirty air, or so let the slipstream carry me along. Turn 1, very, very bad. I mean, it was not... It was hard to judge how much grip you had, so I turned in a bit too early, braked a bit too early, but it was better safe than sorry, to be honest, as the kick car behind me, I think is of Brendan Lee, went a bit too deep into turn 1, probably lost a lot of time. But as you can see here, Yoni, having started right next to Tom Manley, has so much dirty air, and as a result, he's dropping back, so he's definitely going to do a slower lap time than his teammate. And myself, I'm just catching and getting that beautiful slipstream down this back straight. So yeah, I positioned my car in the perfect scenario, and I just have to finish a lap. Also to mention, there's a few people that bet on the soft tires. I don't know why they took such a big risk going onto the softs, because most people were on inters anyway, so it's just a losing scenario that in the case of the soft doesn't work, you're just going to be out, because there's only like 2 or 3 cars on the soft. And okay, if there were more people on the soft, like 6, 7, 8, then maybe I would understand, but because then as long as you're the fastest soft runner, you will still pass Q1. But in this case, you need to be faster than many or a few inter runners, so it is very, very risky strategy to go for the softs. But I think the track dried up quite a bit right at the end, and I think it saved them, as Alfie Butcher goes provisionally P1 with the best lap time so far. Myself in P9, Barry in P6, so we easily passed Q1. As you can see, Jarno on the soft, Thomas Runner on the soft as well. Very risky. As you can see, Thomas, P14. Anything could have gone wrong. Like a bad corner where you go a little bit wide, go into the wet patches, and it's just game over. So yeah, but I'm sure he felt very, very lucky in that scenario to make it through. And hopefully now it's going to be smooth sailing, dry session all the way, because as we all know, Barry and COTA are like best friends. And Barry's been very, very, very quick in COTA during this practice for the event. Myself as well, to be honest, we had a very good setup, I think. We were comfortably doing very, very fast lap times, faster than many people's PBs as well. So yeah, all I had to do was just do a semi-decent lap with no mistakes, without invalidating, and I should be through. As we negotiate turn 1 now, actually a little bit down on my previous turn 1 of my banker lap, which I think from what I remember was pretty good turn 1, so I wasn't too worried about it. 9.2 sector 1, very, very good. As we go up the hill, the most complicated corner of the whole track, we just don't get a good cut and we completely lose the car, which I already did in the lap before. And this means I did not gain on a very bad delta. I'm not on a good lap right now. That uphill section cost me about a 10.5, maybe 2. And I'm not joking. That cost me that much time, that uphill. So I know that I'm gonna have to be a bit more risky towards the second half of the lap. send it a little bit more. But here as well, I go too deep, hit the marbles as well, and I just don't get a good exit. Where this is only a 4-8 split. It's not looking good right now. I need an absolute banger sector 3 to make sure that I do a good lap to maybe make it into Q3. But as you can see, we're only just about a 10th up on our lap time. I don't know if this is enough. We will see. But I know that I need to send it, and I sent it there, but I sent it too early, and I lost so much time on the last 2 corners. As you can see, I was more than a 10th up, and I lost so much time. We crossed down with a 0.24, which puts me all the way down to P12 at the moment. Very, very bad run. Ends up being P13. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, the lap was very, very bad. It was just a mistake from my side. Nothing I can't blame anything. No excuses. It was just a bad lap. I mean, I think I felt like we were like so much faster than everyone else that I just underpushed. I was too confident. Well, not too confident, but like I was not just. Yeah, I just a bit underestimated the field in a way. Because everyone did a very good lap, to be honest. Like 0.1 is very, very fast, and that was the cutoff. You had to do a 0.1 if you wanted to go pass through. So that was just a very, very fast Q2 session. So for the second time this year, we are out of Q2, which I mean, in both instances, I just imagined that I would have passed, to be honest, but it was not the case. People just were just that much quicker. As we skip on to Q3 here, Lucas gets pole. Freddy P2, Barry P3, and he invalidated his lap. Barry did that 7-7 the first run. He was in a beautiful position to get pole by quite a margin as well. All he had to do was just a little improvement and he would have been pole, but I guess he choked a little bit as well. I think for the similar reason as me, to be honest. We're too overconfident of our pace that was better than everyone else's, and this is what happens sometimes when on your worst track like Spa, we get pole, or Barry gets pole, or Zandvoort was not my best track either, and we get pole. And on our best track, you just overestimate ourselves, and this happens. So it is what it is. If you wanted to pause the video there for the grid of today's race, but yeah, we are starting in P13 on the hard tire, right behind Tom Manley and John Evans. There's Patrick behind us on the soft, so I'm sure he will get past us very, very quickly. There's not even a point to defend that. Look, he already has a much better exit out of much better start. Sorry. We keep around the outside of turn 1. The outside is just way better and safer line to take in turn 1. As here we go side by side, a bit tight with the Alpha Tauri of Tom Manley, side by side with Ulas. Clean, no contact or no crashes or anything. So main goal was to survive, and we did. And now we just need to get into our rhythm in this very, very difficult track, and very, very easy to make mistakes and get warnings. And you don't want to pick up a 3-second penalty around this track, or in any track for that matter. As we see a little space form up the inside of Tom Manley, but I decide to not battle it. And as you can see, I'm just trying to figure out what wings everyone is on. Tom Manley is clearly on lower wings than us, so I knew our pace would be better, especially after the drop-off. We would have many chances to go down the inside of him, but there was just no need to waste my ERS there when he was very obviously going to keep the position. So yeah, that was well played by me. As here, actually, we tried to go down the inside of him and make a little contact with Alfie, but nothing too serious. But that was a very good send, because as you can see now, we're going around the outside of Tom Manley. But look at the outside on this corner is very, very good to overtake cars, and I'm not sure why. I guess you can just carry more speed and you just have more momentum. So yeah, we make up a good position. That's a net place gained in the race, because we're on the same strategy. And yeah, it's a good start. P13, just where we started, although Patrick was on the soft, so he overtook many cars. But yeah, there's a lot of soft runners up ahead, to be honest. I think even the top 6 are on hards, or if I don't remember correctly, but if I don't remember perfectly, but yeah. Now we're just gonna settle in, wait a bit, see what happens in front. I see Alfie's going for a move on Johnny Evans. I think John just struggling a bit with the, I don't know, tire management or something. And I can see he's just sliding a bit all over the place. So I think we're going to capitalize on that very, very soon. I think I will want to go for a move on John, especially because I think now he's on lower ERS than me, having defended from Alfie. So yeah, beginning of next lap straight away, use my ERS, take a slipstream, and down the inside we go into turn 1. Oh, not yet, not quite. He keeps it around the outside. Fair racing, good defense from John. He keeps the place. So, but this is making him use ERS just as much. So I know he's still on lower ERS than me. So we're gonna try once again on the back straight here, because this is an important move. It's a net position gain on your race. So the more positions I can make up in the first stint, the easier second stint I'm gonna have. Down the inside we go. He doesn't fight it too hard. Oh, we push him a little wide there. But I think it was just fair, hard racing. So yeah, we're now P12, right behind Alfie Butcher, and you need to keep an eye on this and remember this. We're right behind Alfie, and I think I was just saving my tires, just seeing what I can do if I have to go very long and I need my tires for the end. Yeah, I'm just sitting behind Alfie, seeing if I can save my ERS. But at this point I noticed that I'm very quick. Like, I really want to get a move on Alfie because of my wings that are just so good for this, and it just feels very fast. But here I tried to go for a switchback and I just hit the side of his tire. Not too sure what happened there. It's a bit hard to understand, like especially in the moment, like to understand what happened. But once again, this is another Spa scenario. That contact gave me 10% wing damage, so we're in the same exact boat as Spa once again. Yeah, I'm having a rough few races, to be honest. This race was just after that Zandvoort race, and I was feeling so down already. I tried my best to mentally be prepared, and I think the race was going very well. I was very fast. I think I could have finished in the top 4 positions, to be honest, seeing my pace. But you can see on the MFD there that with the front left is actually more damage than it was in Spa, so I have even more damage than in Spa, and I'm just holding on to dear life now. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do, because I have no pace. I have to downshift to 4th gear. Like, it's just awful at the moment. I have to pit whenever they pit because I need the DRS at all times. I'm gonna try and maybe survive and try to defend from the people behind, because Barry is in the normal strategy, the soft medium strategy. So if I can keep them behind as long as possible, then it just helps out Barry once again. Yeah, we're dropping down the order quite a bit now. We're P16 now, actually probably more. P17 because Ulas gets past us, and maybe even Thomas gets past us. Yeah, so Thomas as well, not having a very good last 3 races, to be honest. I think he also has a little bit of damage the same way that I do. I think he got it with Josh Idowu. I don't know, they had a bit of a rivalry going on this event. I remember they were fighting in Spa quite a lot, and now as well here in Kota. Yeah, I don't know. So we're just trying to get past Thomas now. Should be an easy move. He doesn't even defend it. He knows his race is over, just like mine is. Yeah, bit of a overtake of shame there almost. Yeah, we get past them. We're behind Ulas. We need to use some ERS because we need to keep the DRS. And having no front wing, it's going to be complicated otherwise to even stay in the pack. Luckily, we get a good last sector, so we can manage to stay in the DRS, and then we skip on to lap 19 instead of lap 20. I think I'm going to go for a move on Ismail here, because again, same as Spa, no front wing, no more top speed, so I was faster on the straight, thankfully, at least something. So I could maybe go for some desperate moves and hold people up a bit. You see, we're staying very tight here. Danny Moreno, P13 as well, trying to fight his way through. I think that's Jarno in front of us. So Jarno also in a very complicated position now, because he's gonna have to make up so many places if he wants to have a good ending result. And there's only 8 laps left, so we'll see where he manages to get through. Isma very slow at the moment. I'm not sure why, but we just decided to go up the inside. Easy moves. To be honest, I think my pace was so good, the setup was so good in the race, that even with the damage, I could still keep up and fight. I couldn't believe my eyes. I thought I was going to drop to the back of the train, get absolutely gapped, and that would be it, my race over. As Tom Manley goes very deep here, I brake later so he doesn't run into me, and I don't die, so just kind of a what's it called? Self-protection, you know, call it that. Anyway, I think from now on we're just gonna sit behind Danny and, or maybe actually we're gonna try to get past Danny, but then I don't even know what to do. I'm just, whenever I can, go for a move. Barry is still P1 and leading at the moment, so he's in a very good position to get another race win. He's absolutely cooking, Barry. I mean, he's on top form, and this year he was so fast, so he's always fighting at the top, if nothing happens, of course. Danny lets us through. I think he knows we have a little bit of pace, but as you can see here, with the gap to Ulas is not that good. It's 1.2, and I need that DRS desperately. I think I will get it. Yeah, I should be fine here. Yeah, as Ulas is also flashing. We both have 2-second penalty. I have a penalty because obviously I literally cannot turn the car. It's so understated, but we're skipping to lap 28. The end of the race. We're just fighting for glory here. There's no points involved anymore. And yeah, today I think must have been one of my worst days of my life, to be honest. The last 3 races I scored 0 points. Yeah, that was a hard hit, to be honest. 0 points in 3 races is not something. Yeah, it just means that you're basically out of the championship. Yeah, we finished P5, 7, 18 in the end, so very poor result from my side. Here's what it is. Barry managed to get P2 at least. You couldn't quite get Freddy because Freddy had a 1-lap pressure tires, if I remember correct. I don't remember, but yeah, Freddy was just really fast as well. Barry securing P2 once again. He did a double P2 in Zandvoort and here as well, so very good job by him. Also, I'm looking at the time and I really have to go. I literally have a plane to catch in less than an hour and 30 minutes, and I'm still here and the luggage is still empty. So yeah, this was the last race of the event. I think we're gonna go through the standings in just a moment time. Honestly, it doesn't look good. Well, it could look way worse, but it doesn't look that good. If you go to the driver standings, I am P8 with 46 points. 3 races with 0 points cost me so much. Even just that Zandvoort win would put me P3 in the standings right now, just behind Barry. If I do the maths correctly, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, should be. But anyway, it's pointless to think about it now. Freddy leading 41 points out of Barry. Like, it looks like the championship is sealed, to be honest, for Freddy. Very hard for Barry or Jarno or even Thomas to catch. But yeah, we will try and do what we can. Anything is possible. As we saw, the races are very chaotic. We are 30 points behind Red Bull, 10 points behind Mercedes, 20 points out of Cake. But then there's a big gap to P5 in the standings. So it's clear that the top 4 teams is us 4. We're always at the top, to be honest. So we just need to do better, outscore them more regularly, and finally bring both cars home in the points, because we've only brought 1 car in the points each race. It's crazy. This is the calendar for the next event: Mexico, Brazil, Vegas, Qatar, and Abu Dhabi. All tracks that I really love, to be honest. Literally love every single one of them except Qatar. But I'm really fast at all the other 4. So hopefully next event can be much better. And see you guys in the next video. Ciao, guys.